the Faculty of Social Sciences and Leisure Management, Taylor's University, Malaysia. Please allow me to introduce Dr. Anshul Greg at the School of Hospitality, Tourism and Event, Taylor's University, moderator of the session. Dr. Anshul, the virtual floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Ms. Jai. All right, good afternoon, everyone. I hope all of you have enjoyed the two workshops earlier this day. This workshop titled Postgraduate Programs by Research in the Faculty of Social Sciences and Leisure Management, Taylor's University, Malaysia. We have invited the program directors of 4 different programs who will be enlightening us about their respective programs. So today we have Dr. Rupam Ponar, who is the program director for PhD and Master of Science by Research program, and also a senior lecturer in the School of Hospitality, Tourism and Events at Taylor's University, Malaysia. We also have Dr. Lee Yi Ling, who is the acting program director for PhD in the School of Education at Taylor's University, Malaysia. We have Associate Professor Dr. Elise Lin Moniat, who is the program director for the postgraduate programs in food studies, which includes master's and PhD programs in the School of Food Studies and Gastronomy, Taylor's University, Malaysia. And lastly, we have Dr. Noor Hanis Binti Muhammad Noor, who is also the program director for postgraduate programs in the School of Media and Communication at Taylor's University, Malaysia. So with this, I would like to invite Dr. Rupam first to share to share his views about the programs which are offered at Taylor's University, mainly for the PhD and MSc Tourism.
Thank you very much, Dr. Anshul. Greetings from School of Hospitality, Tourism and Events. Let me share my screen. I hope the screen is visible to everybody. Once again, thank you very much to all the committee members for organizing this particular workshop, highlighting our programs that we are continuously putting efforts in terms of organizing workshop, organizing research colloquium throughout the year. And mainly, I believe many of you have also joined the Crit Summer School, which happened in the last week of August. Right, so here I am. I'm going to present on the program of Doctor of Philosophy in Hospitality and Tourism. As already introduced by Dr. Anshul, my name is Dr. Rupam. I am the program director for the PhD and MSc by Research from the School of Hospitality, Tourism and Events at Taylor's University, Malaysia. So from the School of Hospitality, Tourism and Events, we really focused on in terms of developing our candidates, especially our research candidates, to have overall understanding, a comprehensive understanding of research, and also we can make them better academics in future. So let's start with the basic questions. Why to do a PhD? For many of you, it could be accomplishing your career goals, that you really want to pursue PhD in some point of your career. Maybe you're working at the present, but you want to pursue still a PhD. Maybe you want to take a jump from industry to an academic perspective as well. Also, some of you wants to gain transferable skills, right? Research skills, you want to have publication skill, you want to publish in top tier journals. So PhD is also a way to do that, because you learn continuously, putting efforts. And for many of you, research is a passion. You want to do research because you love research and you want to pursue your research career. So it is eminent that you have to start with PhD. Another is you want to make some original contribution to your subject area. So you have lots of ideas, you have gained a lot of industry experience, and you really have identified there are many issues that you as an individual can solve in the industry, as well as doing a research which is through doing a PhD. So these are the many ideas that you can start your PhD if you want to do. So why to do PhD in hospitality and tourism? Mainly, PhD in hospitality and tourism is research-based, and it's also multidisciplinary. So it's not necessary you have to have a background of tourism and hospitality, or you can come from any background you want, and you can definitely take or definitely pursue your PhD in hospitality tourism because it allows you to do research in multiple areas. So candidates to develop independent thinking as well as unique expertise in their own research interest area. So you have research interest maybe in business aspect, but in the hospitality industry, you can pursue your PhD in hospitality and tourism. For many individuals who wants to prepare for their teaching or maybe a research-based career in academia, this is very common. Nowadays, it's become a norm. I believe you've heard from many of our invited speakers from yesterday until now that PhD has become a norm if you want to sustain yourself in the academia. So for many practitioner researchers as well as field consultant in the area of hospitality and tourism enterprises, you can still pursue PhD in hospitality and tourism. And last but not the least, it also emphasizes in the research application for business concept as well as strategies for the hospitality tourism management. So to more specifically, our PhD students always try to develop knowledge and also research skill to address the critical challenges and also the problem faced by the hospitality industry. So it's more like action-based research that many of our current students are still doing it, and also they're publishing in reputed journals. Moving forward, why to do PhD in School of Hospitality Tourism Events at Talis University? Specifically, we are ranked in terms of ranking. We are ranked first in Malaysia as a private university, as well as we are the top 51 to 75 in the world for the hospitality tourism management in the Shanghai Global Ranking in Academic Subject 2022. Right? We are also the first in Malaysia and also the 16th in the world in terms of the hospitality and leisure management by the subject ranking by QS University ranking. Our goal of this particular program is to develop the next generation of faculty for hospitality and tourism management, mainly majoring at research university throughout the world. So it doesn't matter you working in Malaysia, it doesn't matter you working in any other countries around the world. It's our responsibility to make sure you are developed in a way that you can, grow your own reputation and also provide useful information, provide useful, understanding of research throughout the world, no matter which particular university you're working for. We also provide curated opportunity mainly for our PhD students in order to develop their knowledge, their skills, their research abilities, because we have a pool of wonderful researchers. And also we have researchers as well as PhD supervisors who are publishing in top tier journals. So you are getting the best advice from these top tier researchers as well as the supervisors as their own. So many of our students got benefited out of it, and recently they achieved publications in SSCI journals, Q1, Q2, as well as getting award from different conferences, especially from Emerald and so on. So this is our way of looking at our students, developing our students for their future. So what's the program structure at our School of Hospitality, Tourism and Events for Doctor of Philosophy in Hospitality and Tourism? For full-time program, we have 3 years, which is minimum, until 6 years. For the students who will be joining as part-time, let's say, for example, you're working in somewhere and you cannot able to commit full-time to PhD, so you can join as part-time, so which is a minimum of 4 years until 8 years. And this curriculum is mainly research focus based. And also we have 2 modes of studying, which is one is normal. So you complete your proposal defense, viva, and so on, and you graduate. And there another aspect is from prior publication. So you're already in the research and you want to start up a PhD. So you can do your PhD if you have prior publication as per the requirements. Our PhD program is supported by what we call it the CHDR, also known as the Center for Research. Center for Higher Degree by Research. So this is basically manages all our postgraduate research students participating from across the university. So from any school they're coming from, they are put under this particular hub, and where they can easily curated by them, as well as they can oversee what kind of admission process, the progression, their research progress, their graduation, and so on. So all your maintaining your viva, conducting your thesis completion seminar, research proposal defense, all done by this particular unit. Right, moving forward, so what sort of support we provide for our PhD students who are joining us, from the past 2-3 years. Mainly, we have our own research center, which is also known as CRIT, in long form is Center for Research and Innovation in Tourism. So this is known worldwide. We organize many workshops. We invite speakers, world-renowned speakers, as well as we are conducting our CRIT Summer School, which is we started last year. And these are also, we invite a lot of speakers around the world to basically enlighten and basically share from their perspective what is really happening, what kind of research is important. So this is a center or a hub that we are doing a lot of improvement for our students and providing them the enough guidance so they can pursue their PhD on time. So some of the events that we have organized so far in the past few years, as well as this year also, we are organizing this PGRC, which also had, efforts from other schools as well, from SHTE as well, what we call it the School of Hospitality, Tourism and Events, focusing on how to provide information, how to upskill our students as well as the students joining across the world. We also have our CRIT Summer School, which is mainly invited. We invite a lot of speakers in order to provide on their perspective, their sharing on these kind of topics, right? Moving forward, we have our own Scopus Index journal, which is also known as the APJIT. In a full form is Asia Pacific Journal of Innovation in Hospitality and Tourism. So we support our students to publish in journal and also supporting them how to write good papers and research publication. Moving forward, we have a dedicated website for our PhD students so they can explore further if they missed out any sessions or research webinars. So as you can see from my screen, we have expert talk series, we have workshop series, so you can learn different methodological workshops from quantitative to qualitative, and we have SHT, our own school experts, as well as linked to different useful websites, which is helping and nurturing our present PhD students to go further, as well as getting a help from or listening to these sessions from experts around the world, and so that they can pursue their own PhD. Right, moving forward, we have a lot of research publication. I couldn't able to list it here, so just a snapshot of what we are doing from our school. And you can see we were continuously publishing. And this is also helping our students to know further, go much deeper or further in terms of learning from these experts who are really publishing in top tier journals. We also have what we call the expert talk series. So we organize a webinar from our research center, as well as collaborating with our own school, in order to support our students to make sure that they learn from these experts how to publish in research paper in top tier journals, how to do data analysis, how to understand different aspects of PhD, why PhD is important, and why to take research, how research will help me. So all these initiatives are actually to support our students. So we are putting a lot of efforts to make sure our students is learning from the best, and we continuously try to develop our student in such a way. Moving further, we have a pool of visiting professor profiles. As you know, you have seen these people somewhere, and if you are in the research, you know already, like Prof. Jaffer Jaffrey, Prof. Michael Hall, Prof. Tom Bond. So all these are well-known, profiles or research profiles around the world, and they are well-known in the research academia field, mainly in the field of tourism and hospitality. So they are the visiting professors for our school, and they are constantly providing support for our students if they want to learn on specific area, publications, research guidance. So we are curating. That's the reason I say at the beginning that we are trying to curate the experience for our PhD students to make them better and to make them to understand what is the purpose of research and how they can develop by themselves. Another aspect is what are the research areas we are really keen to take students in, mainly in the field of tourism and hospitality business operations, in the field of tourism business development management. You can see we are working towards the ISDG goal. I believe you have seen a lot of videos that being played during this 2 days of PGRC. So all these are related how we are continuously developing our own students and making impactful results. So we are launching many initiatives from next year as well. So we are not stopping anywhere. So if you are really intrigued to join our program, please drop me an email or contact us. Please like our Facebook page, and also please follow our Quick Research Center in order to know more about this program. So if you have any questions, queries, please drop an email, as well as if you have questions right now, I'm happy to answer after other colleagues of mine, they finish their part. All right. Thank you so much once again, Dr. Anshul, over to you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Rupam. It's wonderful to know that that we are number one in Malaysia among the private universities, and 16 in the world in subject rankings as per US rankings, and we rank between 51 to 75 for Shanghai rankings, rankings by subject. Okay, we also provide the opportunity for our students to publish in our Asia Pacific Journal in Innovation in Hospitality and Tourism. Very good. That's very good opportunity for the students to look for the research programs at School of Hospitality, Tourism and Events. Okay, with this we move on to Dr. Yiling from the School of Education. Over to you, Dr. Yiling.
Thank you, Dr. Anshu. Okay, let me go back. Okay, so good evening to the audience. Today, I'm happy to share with you the program offered by the School of Education. So as you can see here, there are two types of programs by research in the School of Education: the Doctor of Philosophy in Education, as well as the Master of Education. Okay, so as Dr. Rupan has explained, both programs are also managed by the CHGR Center of Higher Education, by CHGR Center of Higher Degree and Research. The program structure is more or less the same as Dr. Rupan has explained, because the same program structure apply across the courses. Okay. Now, I would like to maybe explain more and share with you more about what are the unique experiences you can get if you enroll in our program by research. Okay, so definitely if you enroll in our research program, you will be supervised by very experienced supervisors. Okay, the supervisors are all professors who has served in the field of education for many years, and definitely they have vast experience in publications. Okay, so besides the supervisor, you will also be supervised by the course supervisors, and then the course supervisor not necessarily come from tailors. We also have a course supervisor, they come from public universities, and even course supervisor from the foreign universities. This will provide you with a lot of experience to get support from different supervisors, because they are specialized in different fields. For example, they are specialized in different methodologies, okay, and different subjects in education. Okay, so this is the first experience you will get, and you can always contact them via Zoom, or if you want to see them face-to-face in the campus. You can also always keep in touch with them, and they will be more than willing to share their experiences with you. Okay, the second experience that you will get is we encourage active students' involvement in our program. Okay, therefore, we have plans many different kinds of activities for our students. For example, you have the opportunity to present in a colloquium such as the one that we are experiencing now. Definitely, you have the opportunity to engage in publications, build network with all the PhD students as well as professors around the world through the research colloquium. Okay, in addition, we are also organizing what we call as the 3-in-3 sections once in a fortnight. Okay, what is these 3-in-3 sections? I think this is a very good practice for the students to present their research in 3 stages throughout their studies. Okay, for example, the students will have the opportunity to present their work at the preliminary stage, which is like chapter 1 and 2. Okay, at the methodology stage, and finally during just before their viva, okay, to share with us their findings. So with this continuous practice in the presentations, the students will always have the opportunity to improve their thesis from time to time. Okay, the best thing is during these 3-in-3 sections, all the senior research fellows and then the lecturers, as well as the PhD students, they will attend these 3-in-3 sections. It means that you will get very valuable feedback from the SRF and all the audience who are present in the 3-in-3 sections. Okay, definitely, like what I have mentioned just now, you have opportunity to publish in the faculties. We have this Asia Pacific Journal of Futures in Education and Society. This is one potential journal that we can encourage the students to publish as early researchers. Okay, so the next, we also organize research seminars every semester that focus on different areas. For example, in this semester, we focus on supporting students in writing their thesis from chapter 1 to chapter 3. But in the previous semester, we have also conducted very comprehensive research seminar that focus on quantitative research itself, as well as the qualitative research. And then all the research seminars are recorded and we posted it on our website, which is a SOAD PhD Research Seminar website. It means that even the part-timers who can't make it to the research seminar will be able to watch all the recorded video to enhance their academic writing skills. Okay, from my experience, right, most of our students are practitioners. They are teachers either at the secondary level or at the university levels. I believe that besides academic writing skills, as well as the research skills, students are also eager to upskill their knowledge in the field of education. That is where our expert series can help these teachers to know the contemporary issues in education, to develop their professional skills. By attending this expert series, you will get more knowledge about the pedagogical issues. Okay, maybe how to better support students in the classroom, how to better manage students in the classroom, which is beside research skill is an element that we as a teachers we really need to always develop. Okay, so these are the 3 coming webinars which is going to be organized in this week itself. Okay, so very quickly, I just share with you the milestones. Okay, once your application is accepted by the program director, you will have the opportunity to meet your potential supervisor. I think this is a very good opportunity because that is where you would meet your potential supervisor for the first time and has a good chat with them. This will definitely help you to know your future supervisor in a better way, and so that you can develop a good rapport since the beginning. Okay, and after that, if you are successfully accepted into the program, you will go through the normal milestone of the PhD journey, such as attending our 3-in-3 research series, attending research skills seminars, okay, attend the thesis proposal defense. If you are enrolled now, you need to fulfill the publications requirements. Okay, you will also have the opportunity to present in conferences, thesis completion seminars, and finally, you will attend the Viva. And throughout this journey, you are not alone because you will be always supported by the supervisor, course supervisor, the school, as well as the faculty. So if you have any questions, you may ask me later after this, or I can share you my email in the chat box as well. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you very much, Dr. Lee, for sharing the information about the research programs which are offered by a School of Education. It is good to know that the students get the support for the supervision from the staff from School of Education, as well as from the public universities as co-supervisors. And like hospitality and tourism, School of Education also has a journal of their own, which is Asia Pacific Journal of Futures in Education and Society. Okay, so we move on to our next speaker, who is Associate Professor Dr. Elise Lin Moniat, who is the Program Director for School of Food Studies and Gastronomy. Over to you, Dr. Elise.
Thank you, Dr. Anshul. Thank you to the organizers of the PGRC for proposing to us to present the program and a few features from the different postgraduate programs in food studies. As mentioned by Dr. Anshul, I'm the program director for postgraduate programs in food studies, which include both master and PhD. And today I will focus more on the PhD. I believe that most of you guys who are joining us tonight after 2 days of packed workshop and concurrent session. So I believe that most of you will be at this stage where you are possibly considering pursuing your studies with a PhD program. So hence I will focus more on the PhD. Quite a few features are similar to what has been presented just before by Dr. Rupam as well as Dr. Yin when it comes to the program structure, when it comes to the milestones. I would say that those are actually quite similar to all the programs, PhD programs at Taylor's University. So I won't actually take too much of time on this because it might be redundant. And maybe if you allow me, I will actually focus more on what is food studies. I trust that most of you might be familiar with hospitality, tourism, education, and most probably food studies is actually something which is actually new to you, most of you at least. So food studies basically relates, as actually you can understand easily, to food. And a good news with food is that food is at the very core of our life. And it's actually very related to economic trends. And you can see that in Asia, the consumer expenditures on food and non-alcoholic beverage is expected actually to really grow at the most. And I won't go too much in detail in these figures, but basically you can see that Southeast Asia is actually towards the really stronger growth in these upcoming years. Of course, in parallel, there is actually an expected growth of the market in Asia, which is expected to reach 231 billion by 2028. So food is really I would say setting up actually for the future. Together with this growth in actually the market, there are actually quite a lot of innovations, development actually around food, which is coming with actually some potential issues. And most of us may be familiar with those because we are all eating most of the days of our life. Hence, actually, we might actually have actually encountered these issues where, for example, we are not actually so much actually at peace when we eat convenience food because we don't know exactly how is it produced. There is also issues which are related to the intensification of the production, such as, for example, intensive breeding, which is then actually questioning some ethical matters, the question of animal rights or welfare. And more globally speaking, I would say that the industrialization of the production, so really like from the field itself to the processing, either in agribusiness or even in restaurants with the robotics now involved, as well as the distribution of food, is coming along with actually a lot of actually questions and sometimes fear. Fear of gaining weight, fear of bad foods, fear of bad eating habits, fear of sanitary crisis around food, even quite some time back now, mad cow crisis, for example, the fear of food insecurity, which is very contemporary as the pandemic recedes, then actually leading to some issues, as we know, also with actually the current politics. And there are also fears which are related to the fact of losing identities in a situation where we have actually some products which might be questioned, while actually they are very much tied actually to our collective identity to a way to express actually who we are through food. So, of course, society, the different social actors are not actually passive in this situation, and there are actually many initiatives which are emerging from those social actors, from the very actually micro level to actually more organized situation, where basically like it's a way actually to react actually to those fears. So for example, as a way to better know what is actually basically like in the plate or whatever the recipient you are actually eating with, there are, for example, initiatives such as Farm to Fork and local distribution networks, or the development of hands-on experience where we get actually to understand how the food is produced from the field in the culinary dimension. There are also initiatives which are related to, for example, food heritage making, where in a situation where we may not identify very clearly what the food is, some actually initiatives in food heritage making are actually reconnecting food with the identity. Some other initiatives such as certifications, boycotts of certain products or brands are actually other of this actually initiative across the society. So all in all, what is food studies about? Food studies is about engaging with those issues of societal relevance. I think we just actually came across a few actually of these actually issues. Here are actually some more. Of course, the question of obesity and the non-communicable disease related to our diet. The food waste in regards actually to the environmental question, or environmental degradation question, are actually some more actually of those questions. So what we do in food studies is basically actually to enter in dialogue with actually the social and industrial actors involved in these actually matters. So they can be industries, governmental institutions, as well as NGOs. And some more what we are doing to do actually this actually to establish this dialogue is actually to look into interdisciplinary, or to develop interdisciplinary knowledge. So to get out basically of the silo situations that you can see at the top of the screen, to go actually for more actually connected here vision of food, which is at the bottom of the screen. Because food is really like ranging from the very biological level up actually to political matters. So there are many actually different disciplines which are involved. And one of the issues that we have currently is that we tend actually to have the academia, which is very much organized in silos. And because of this situation, we need more experts who are able basically to explore and explain the relationship between food, the environmental, cultural, social, and political and economic processes. So this is where food studies come in. And because we are studying more specifically the actions, the initiative from the social actors, whatever their level, we are actually looking at it from the perspective and the methods of social science. So in this regard, at Taylor's University, we are offering currently 2 research programs, the Master of Food Studies, as well as the Doctor of Philosophy in Food Studies. As I mentioned, I will focus more on the Doctor of Philosophy in Food Studies. And I'm glad also to share, and I won't actually take more time on this, but I'm glad to share that in March, we will be launching our new coursework, Master by Coursework, Master of Food Studies and Gastronomy, which can actually then lead to continuation towards a PhD for those interested to pursue their studies. So those programs are, of course, related to here some ecosystem, strong ecosystem in regards to the research which is done at Taylor's University in regards to food studies, with this intent and efforts of Taylor's in building a hub for food-related research in Asia. We have also the first and only chair in food studies, food cultures and health, different programs, among others, one health flagship research program, and of course, a diversity of research and profile of supervisors. I will go through this a little bit more in detail. As mentioned by my colleagues, I would say the common feature of program by research is to be actually really like focusing on your research. So it's a quite independent process, I would say, where you are actually participant of the research, and really like the core of your program is actually this research project.
Dr. Elise, I would like to request if you can wrap up quickly, because we have the 4th presenter also here. Initially, I was thinking I can give you extra time, but now we have the 4th presenter also here. Sorry.
Sure. For sure. Thank you, Dr. Anshul. Maybe I will just mention about these 4 research areas that we are focusing on. So they are revolving around the connection between food cultures and health, where we are looking into basically like the food habits and how they are actually related to some health, potentially health concern. Gastronomy, heritage and tourism, or how we can leverage on food heritage or gastronomies for tourism development, and as well as promotion of destinations. We have some research which is more evolving around food security and sustainability. For example, the question of protein transition, which is at the very core of actually this question of sustainability at the moment, as well as food safety, fraud and risk. Of course, here we are not intending to transform you as a microbiologist, but more to study the question of the regulations, the management of this food safety and fraud and risk. So different experts, as mentioned, to support actually you in this learning, as well as some actually involvement in different research programs. I will go very, very fast on this. Just to conclude, here we have also some research seminars, expert series, which are organized around food studies for you to be exposed and to expose also your research. And I will just actually stop with this slide, where I would say that, of course, food studies can lead you to academic position, but there are also opportunities out there, which are mainly in hospitality and food service, agribusinesses, heritage, tourism, and local development, as well as nutrition and public health. I will stop here to allow some time to Dr. Anis to present and allow some time for questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Elise. So you can say this is a very good program for those who are interested to do the research on food studies. And the program not only focuses on the food, but also other interdisciplinary areas like culture, socio-political, and economic research. So this is something very good for those people who are interested in doing the research in all these areas, not only for food studies, but other areas as well. Okay, so our next presenter is Dr. Noor Hanis. Over to you, Dr. Noor Hanis.
Thank you, Dr. Anshul. Congratulations, Dr. Jitesh, Dr. Anshul, Associate Professor, Dr. Syed Mustafa, and all the committee members of PGRC. Congratulations. So thank you so much for the opportunity to talk on behalf of the School of Media and Communication. Just a quick one. I'm Noor Hanis Muhammad Noor. I am the Program Director for the PhD program in Media and Communication. As the title goes, our school revolves on any research related in terms of media and communication that would involve broadcasting, film, advertising, to TikTok trends, to the freedom of expression in social media, and to the production, ideology of film directors in China. So basically, that is what our program is, and basically throughout almost about 11 months we have at the School of Media and Communication, and together with other schools in FSLM as well, we have organized a couple of workshops for our PhD students. So coming to this year, we will try, we are wrapping up already, so basically we'll try to give a couple more workshops for you. So with that, you'll be more, more inclined towards, towards what the PhD in media is all about. So just a quick one, what we have in the School of Media and Communication, especially in the Faculty of Social Science and Leisure Management, you have listened to Dr. Rupam and Dr. Yiling speaking about journal, and this is one of the oldest journal in FSLM, whereby we are ESCI index. We have started our journal since 2009, and we are also Scopus index as well. So basically, if you have the time, do take a look, fslmjournals.taylors.edu.my, if you are interested to publish any media and communication related, manuscripts. We welcome, manuscripts throughout. So again, it doesn't mean that if you're from food studies or you're from tourism, you have to submit only in tourism journals, or you have to submit in only food journals. No. So basically, if you can combine any of this multidisciplinary area, we welcome you at Search Journal to review your manuscripts and hopefully to also accept it as one of our publications. So just a quick one, what we did, so we had a conference as well before PGRC in last Monday, whereby we had our Search Conference 2022. We are at our 7th year in organizing the Search Conference, where I lead the project myself, and we managed through Zoom events and live stream it through all the participants. About 300 participants managed to get in and get a hold of the conference, where as of this year we have a mixture of industry people and industry speakers and academic speakers as well, because in the previous years it was solely academic, but we believe at the School of Media and Communication, to do research and to do something media related, you could not only focus as academics on what you think it's best to relate back to what the industry wants and what the industry needs, and what the industry actually see as of today, what is needed, to be researched on. So basically, we have people from journalism, which is what you see right now, Ashra Ismail. We have TikTok influencer with a couple of slangs, Arif Young. We have Mutazada from Pakistan, who talked to us in the Search Conference as well, in his experience of journalism issues and so forth. So with that, thank you so much for listening. Again, if you have any questions in relating to media and communication research, I welcome you to beat me anytime. Thank you so much, Dr. Anshul. Thank you so much, Dr. Jitesh, and congratulations to the organizers. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Hanis. Good to learn about your programs as well. So like hospitality and tourism and School of Education, School of Media and Communication also have their own journal, which is the Search Journal, and this gives an opportunity to all the researchers at these schools to publish in these established journals. And it is not only like what Dr. Hanis mentioned, that you don't need to publish in the journals of your respective field. You can also publish in the interdisciplinary journals or the interdisciplinary areas as well. Okay, so now we move on to some questions and answer sessions. I have a few questions here. The first question that I have is for Dr. Rupam. Somebody has asked, is the CRIT summer school open to external students? That means those who are not doing PhD at Taylor's University.
Thank you very much, Dr. Anshul. Yes, it's free for everybody. No matter you belong from Taylor's, you don't belong from Taylor's, no matter which part of the world you are, it is free for everybody. So you can join and attend all the sessions as you like. So it's over already, but unfortunately, it happened in last August, but you can join for the next year one, which is incoming. But if you want to see the recordings, it is available on our CRIT YouTube page. I believe conference organizer has already posted in the chat box, so you can follow there our research center YouTube channel, so you can watch all the recorded videos of those particular sessions. Thank you.
Yeah, to add on, this workshop is also live streamed through the YouTube channel of Center for Research and Innovation in Tourism. So all the recordings for the workshops are available on the CRIT website and the YouTube page. All right, we move to another question. This is for Dr. Lee. Could you share the link to your research seminar website?
Oh, yes. Yeah, because, yeah, we would like to share all the knowledge with you. Yeah, I can share in the chat box. Yeah.
All right, thank you. There's a question, and this is not related to hospitality tourism, neither for food studies, neither for education, nor for school media and communication. Somebody has asked, they have inquired, is there any course or possibility to get any information about physical education in PhD at Taylor's University? Any one of you can answer this question. So this person is looking for PhD in physical education. I'm sure, Dr. Lee, this is not under your school, right? School of Education.
Yeah, because I believe we only have Doctor of Philosophy in educations, but definitions including physical educations. But we would also like to know more about what you want to do, because if it is like assessment related to physical education, teaching pedagogy related to physical education, definitely we will accept and review the proposal in terms of fields.
Yeah, so whoever has asked this question, maybe the person can contact you directly so that he or she can write more details about the questions.
Yes,
yeah.
Sure.
Okay. We do not have any further questions. Okay, we have one more question. This is not mentioned to any particular program, but it is about the pool of supervisors. This person is wants to know, do you have the researcher or the supervisors for all the different fields that that you have, or the research areas that you have in your particular schools?
I think they can look for the researcher information on our research management systems. where they can access the information of all the experts, including the senior research fellows on our website.
Yes, I believe we have all the information on Taylor's University website, as well as under what Dr. Lee mentioned, the research management site as well.
Maybe it could be interesting to mention that to know actually more about the faculty profiles, you can search for from Taylor's experts. So this is actually the interface where you will get actually the information from actually the research management, but the public view basically of it. So if you are interested to know more of like individuals, hence actually potential supervisors, you can go this way. And I believe that each school and each program can also give you actually some insights about the profiles. We are also present on social media, and it's true for any of our programs. So we will tend to post actually some information about our experts here in Taylor's University, so you can have a better idea about what are their profiles.
Yes, Dr. Rupam has already shared that expert link, expert.taylors.edu.my. So whoever wants to know more about the supervisors or the researchers at Taylor's, we can look into this, we can search at this link. There was another question, did Taylor's offer opportunity to choose supervisors? Yes, Dr. Rupam has already answered that question.
If there is a follow-up questions, I believe, in the chat box.
After submitting a PhD application, what's the expected time to wait for acceptance?
If I can answer, Mr. Sihab, the acceptance is quite fast. It depends on, if you have a pre-selective or selection already has been done by yourself, that whom you want to choose as a supervisor, if it's been done, and if the person is available and have the capacity to take more PhD students, then the process is quite fast. If it's the particular supervisor's capacity is already full, but we will try to provide you alternative options. But this process usually takes within 2 weeks. Yes.
Thank you, Dr. Rupam, for answering this question. Okay, one last question here, which I would expect the answer from all the program directors, Dr. Rupam, Dr. Elise, Dr. Lee, and Dr. Hanis. This person has asked, there are a few students who are struggling with their PhD journey due to the number of factors. How do you motivate students to finish the program? So the program can be either hospitality, tourism, education, studies, or media and communication.
May I answer first, Dr. Anshul?
Yes, you can go ahead. Yes, Dr. Hanis.
Okay, to motivate to go on in a PhD program, I know it's hard. It's hard to be motivated. I know, because throughout the PhD journey, you are all alone. You're with your supervisor, but mainly you are alone. To be motivated is, at the end of the day, is you see the bigger goal that you are going to get a PhD, no matter what. And that's how you have to work to your greatest strength to achieve that from by day and day. And all these PhD holders in the conference room will actually agree with me, because at times there will be days that you feel demotivated, but the most important thing is to remember that throughout this rainy days, there will always be a sunshine at the end of your destination. Yes, Dr. Anshul.
Thank you very much, Dr. Hanis. Dr. Elise, Dr. Rupam, Dr. Lee, do you have anything to add on to this?
Maybe if I may go first,
yes, please.
Second,
yes,
in this case. Thank you, Dr. Anis, for this preliminary answer. From our side, we also actually intend to support the candidates in these actually rainy days by actually building up on actually a community. So this is actually one of the main functions of the research seminar in food studies. I went through actually very quickly towards the end of my presentation, where students get to basically here present the work or potentially some critical review of important readings for our field. So it's a way to build up actually common foundations, but also actually some rapport between students, because we learn a lot actually from our peers, and this is not only the case for PhD students, but throughout actually our academic life. So one of actually, I would say one of the important actually dimension here is really like this actually community base. And I would say like the extension of it is that there is also like an ecosystem, and we try actually from the very beginning of the PhD to set up actually an ecosystem around actually the PhD projects, where basically it's potentially engaging with some research projects which are involving also senior researchers that you could be involved in, and hence actually also actually gain actually from their experience and motivate also when there is a need, because motivation of course goes back to your individual relation to your project, but definitely we can also look at it for a more actually holistic and I would say community-based perspective.
Thank you very much, Dr. Elise. Dr. Rubo, Dr. Lee, do you have anything to add?
Sure, I can add on something. I believe whoever asked this question, this is not particular to you, but we all who have completed our PhDs have gone through this stage. So it is, of course, without a doubt, it is a very vital question, as well as very informative in terms of many students who maybe started to do their PhD or wants to start your PhD. First of all, my first advice is that try to love your research first. If you don't love it, you will not succeed. All right. So it's apart from anything else, just try to do the things that you really want to do. So keep yourself motivated first. Otherwise, all the other things, for example, in terms of technical aspect, knowledge, all things will come through. But first, you need to love your research. If you don't love your research, it will be very difficult for you to get stuck in certain stages. So there is a saying that if you don't love your work, you will feel like that you are being tired every day. But if you love your work, you will never feel tired any of the day. You just keep on going. So first, when you are starting your PhD, love your research, the area you are doing, the aspect you are contributing. Just think about the better things that is going to come, because everything's are messy at the beginning. It's very, very difficult in the mid, but it's beautiful at the end. So always think of this, and I'm sure whoever asked this question will definitely succeed in your research as well as PhD. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Dr. Rubo. Yes, there is always sunshine after a heavy rain or heavy clouds. Dr. Lee, you have anything to say before we wrap up this session?
Yeah, like for our PhD and research students, right, we actually have like a WeChat group and WhatsApp group as well. I think don't see it as a platform just to, disseminate the news, but when you see that how many people are there together with you in that group, you'll know that you are not alone. Okay, and because since we organize the 3-in-3 sections like once in a fortnight, actually there is a lot of opportunity for us to meet each other. Okay, so we are supporting each other throughout the journey, even though we may face a lot of challenges throughout this journey, but I think with an open-minded and diligence, we will be able to go through this journey together, because you are not alone. Because I'm sure the whole faculty, the schools, as well as the supervisors are always there to support you. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Dr. Lee, and to all the program directors who have explained and shared the information about their research programs. With this, we come to the end of this workshop, and to all the audiences, participants, if you have any further questions, the program directors have shared their email addresses, their school website links and all, so you can directly communicate with them. Thank you very much. And can we Shay, do we have the group photo session now?